Okay. Today, we have a very special guest in the house. I'm very excited. It's Eva Nauis. She's a composer and a performing artist. She's here from Amsterdam, and she's an expert in sound. She knows everything in sound and how sound affects our life, mainly in business, in relaxation, and also in getting into the flow, whatever that means. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
My pleasure. So, I could see on your website there were 3 parts. It's drive, it's tune in, and flow. And it seems to be 3 different parts in your life. What's the story behind? Let's start with drive.
Let's start with drive. Yeah, drive is my passion. Drive is accompanying my life since more than a decade. I'm used to drive on a racetrack with a historic car. And I love competition. I especially love the sound of the engine. I just love the sound. And I love the experience also to measure myself, be in competition, and also work together with the team behind me, taking care of the car.
So when you are on a racetrack and you really want to go and win, and then but you're not alone. You have a team that has to want to win as well. And now you're offering workshops and lectures for corporations. So it's called Corporate Championship.
Yeah.
And what can I expect here? And how can I? What's my profit? What are my takeaways? What are my takeaways then?
Okay. Basically, I take the experience from the racetrack. I transfer it to the company and the leadership and the team spirit and how you work together in a far better way, like leaving out the ego, focus on the same thing, on the strategy, on the big picture. So you
need to get everyone in the same page, on the same boat, in the same picture. Only then it works.
Yeah, and it's like it's more easily. It's like getting into flow. The whole team is like having one purpose, and it's in alignment even with the individual, the individual feeling and purpose, because everyone is part of the group and knows his specific role and is happy with it because it is communicated and everyone knows the big picture.
But isn't it a problem somehow that you think, I'm in the Formula 1 team or whatever, I'm in the race car, I have to win and it's my thing and not everybody else's, or it's my ego that drives me, or is it everybody's ego that drives me?
It kind of helps you in the beginning. You need to be ambitious, you need to win, you need to go forward if you learn how to drive and how to overtake and things like that. It's good for your abilities, but it's not, in the end, it's not the truth, because you can't win without your team. And you have to communicate with the team, and you have to let them know when you have a pit stop, what's going on with how the car reacts, how the pressure maybe on the tires is. The team has to check it, but they need your information. They really need to know how the car feels like, and this is what you have to communicate so that they can do their best. So it's just it's a whole group thing.
So being in the driver's seat, you need to be a team leader as well.
Definitely.
And you need to communicate. Otherwise, no chance.
No, you won't win.
And this is what I learn in your classes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because you can transfer it to your company. It's especially for managers, entrepreneurs, and the team together. And you experience that you are one group aiming, having the same aim.
Now, you told me that you listen to the sound of the engine, and I guess that's pretty loud. And then the next step in your development was going into total silence. How comes?
Okay. Sometimes life gives you a break, wanted or not wanted. And I used the break, not able to drive, for a year to develop my other skills more, or developing a concept out of it, because sound also was accompanying me since almost a decade with sound therapy. And then I felt that this has the same. It has so many things alike. The tuning of the motor, the tuning of the body, the tuning of special parts, tuning of the chakras. So it has so much in common, and you can really get I would say even like a lineup out of it, like a really good plan. Yeah.
So it's on the one hand a tuning, like the tuning of an engine for better performance, but on the other hand, it's a kind of tune into your individual center of whatever, hidden power, forces, alignment, whatever, so that I can get a better performance out of myself, right?
Definitely, because you work out of another state, out of your center. It's the same like for a job. You work from inside out, and there you don't need. It's like you have a catalyst inside. You don't need activation energy anymore from the outside. You just have your power inside, and you have access to it, and then you can just jump from it. You are so much faster, and it's flowing, and it's more in ease.
So you can have access to endless energy out of yourself.
Yeah.
And you give one-to-one treatments, and you give group therapies. Can you give me 2 examples like that?
One part is one-on-one. So I do really sound therapy with overtone instruments. For example, I'm using a lot of tuning forks, crystal singing bowls. I use the monochord, which is a fabulous instrument. I use the gong and koshis and other instruments. And I really love that. And it's one-on-one, and it's very intuitive. And it's I'm working with your whole body, with your energy system. I'm able to solve blockages. I'm able to bring you in inner harmony, balance, activate your self-healing energy.
So the sound has a specific information that will bring me in tune. Like an instrument that is out of tune, you're going to tune me in a kind of state of a better performance.
Exactly, because what happens is that the sound goes directly into your cells. It's an information. And therefore, it is very important that you have a special purpose in mind, that you really have Absicht.
An intention.
You put it in. This is a huge part of the result.
So the intention you put in is like a piece of code.
Yeah,
Somehow.
You can say that. Or, even like people ask me for a special thing. They have, for example, physical aches, or they are sleepless, or they don't have enough energy, or they need to get more clarity. They need to get more in resonance with themselves, with the higher self, actually.
So I saw that you have tremendous large equipment of all kind of acoustic instruments and whatever you need to get your specific sound. And I thought that's amazing as well. And then again, you changed into a different part of your doing. So you're more active than now as an artist, as a composer, as a performing artist, and that brought you to Amsterdam. What are you doing here?
Okay, so the reason why I'm doing that, or by how this developed, is because I also recognized that I want to reach a lot of people. So that's also, beside the one-on-ones, I started with sound baths for a lot of people. So I want to reach a lot of people with the information
what is a
of
sound
the
bath?
sequence.
Nobody has, maybe a lot of our people have no idea what a sound bath is.
Sound bath is maybe, basically it's a group experience, and I'm using all my instruments, and I'm helping the people to get in I would say, in a higher state of mind, a totally deep relaxation, and an alpha, alpha state.
So people come together, they lay on the floor, and then they dive into the special information of the sound, and then they're all in the same tune, like a big group instrument.
They are all tuned in harmony in their personal. It's not those that, it's like the frequency is rising for all of them.
Okay.
But it's not that they have the same tune then. You will absorb what you need.
But it will affect them somehow.
Definitely.
And they will have a different feeling when they go out and they
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
somehow reconnected with themselves, I guess, more in tune with themselves.
Yeah.
And then, now the third part, flow. What is
Yeah.
flow?
Flow for me is this immersion into what you do right now in the moment. And I use my frequencies, the information of my sound therapy instruments, and I put them in the computer, and I change the frequencies, I play with them, and I raise the whole package of sound because I combine them in a different way.
So you modulate them and then you mix them together and you amplify them.
I amplify them with beats, with power, electronic music, electronic sound, yeah.
And this is then like a big party.
It is kind of a big party because it's a group experience, and it also helps you to forget. It's like your monkey mind is gone. You're focused on your inner power, and it's like getting into ecstasy without hallucinogenic ecstasy without hallucinogenic substances. It is like, and it's a wonderful experience. You don't find, normally.
So it's like a group incarnation into some kind of a new energy field.
Yeah, because it helps that people, that more people are getting into the same vibe. It's also an activation of your vibration. Yeah.
I see. What do the people say afterwards? How do they feel?
Some are like kind of away from their body, yeah, because it's like
out of body experience.
Out of body experience, because you're like free. It's like a free flow experience, yeah. It's like getting access to your creativity, to your full potential, to even connect and reconnect with source, with cosmic source.
This is how it sounds like. So, and if you want to find out more how sound may affect your life in business or in relaxation or in getting into the cosmic flow, go to the website of Evinaris, have a look at her samples of her audio files, or book a training or a keynote speech. And I'm very happy that you are here and for sharing your experiences with us. And I say, stay tuned.
Thank you so much.